Yeah. Nairobi, Kenya. I've been coughing a bit. Not coughing, but feeling sick. Sick to my stomach. Yeah, that was the right word. Sick to my stomach. I don't know what I can do with that. Yesterday, I just slept. I couldn't do nothing. Today, I'm up. Yesterday it was raining and snowing and what you call this hail. Let me Google it. It's something about hail. Hailstorm. Hail. Hail weather. That was pouring down. Sometimes you just can't. It's polar opposite today. It's nice weather. It's Easter and my mother didn't say drink water, but it is recommended. Recommended to drink water. So I felt that I should do something about the Easter. Because people today are like these hordes. People are like this. When the news break loose, they are like hailstorm, hail weather. It's we can Google it. People are pouring down like big hails. It just comes from above, and you can't avoid. Some places you are hails like big bags of balls, and it is worse than stones because they are thrown all over. So when you are in the midst of a hailstorm, you don't know where to go. And you may be hit. You're the target for a blind violence. And look at what happened to Trump. I'm sorry to say, it's mid-Easter, and this hail was a proof to me, a sign to me, that people are very much manipulated by the news media. Look at what happened in Israel during this Ramadan. They claim that the Israeli police stormed the mosque, the Golden. They were preparing for firecrackers and so much more. Demonstration throwing stones inside the mosque. They have prepared themselves in order to do such bad things. And now the media comes and say, the Israeli police storms the mosque under the big Ramadan. It's so wrong. Look what happens to when media say Israel is now attacking Lebanon. Hamas in Lebanon. It's first of all, it's not Hamas. They got it wrong. It's Hezbollah, and they have been throwing rockets from the north, Lebanon, into Israel. Now that Israel retaliates, the media comes and shocker. Israel is attacking Lebanon. That's a hailstorm in itself, because it's fire up. The hate. It's firing up the hate that people have. And also here in Norway. It's there. It's what I refer to. The people here in Norway are so brainwashed. So when Trump is accused, brought to court, and accused of 34 incidents, he said no. None of them is actual. It's not true. But the leftists are in the judge department. Those that have brought him in, it's all Democrats. And they are bribed. They are corrupt. And they do whatever they can do to slander him around. Now it's Easter. I have thought very much of Trump. Should be one of the prophets that is laying in the streets. No one touched him. No one take him away. And he will lay there for 2.5 years. The prophets. I don't regard Trump as a specific prophet. But he is a truth speaker. Biden is a liar. It's a documentary of all the lies that the Biden expose. Biden lies. Trump tell the truth. Look what he did during his 4-year reign. He put many things in order, despite what people's opinion was. Now he is slandered, he is backstabbed, he is all his accusators are making this as a point, that he did this and that and illegal, and he is so arrogant, as he is a single man. Being arrogant, doing some wrong. I don't excuse Trump. I have nothing to put forward in order to correct facts. But the pure notion that the media is doing this to a single man is what media is all about. Lies. Do you think the truth comes from the media? Seriously? I can write that down. I don't believe. The truth never is spoken. Is never spoken by the media. They are biased. They are... Well, I have a story about Trump. When he was elected, it was turmoil in the news studio. I can remember that they didn't believe their eyes that Trump was elected. Here in Norway. They were furious over that. All what Trump said, the election was rigged. They laughed without any proof. They laughed. The media has mocked him out of vicinity. I have no clue. But when media is acting as a role player in this kind of stuff, it's hell. Hell on wheels. It's hailstorm. It's I wanted to have the correct it's hailstorm. Sorry it took so long time, but it's hailstorm. I want just you to understand what I'm talking about. This hailstorm. So when Trump was elected back in 2016, even before, they couldn't understand what this man had to do in the White House. When Mr. Biden was elected, they were so moved, they cried. That's how media shows their true faces, and yet they must have known, journalists, reporters must have known that Biden was a liar. He copies, he cheats, he lies. He removed his troops out of Afghanistan, left the people vulnerable to Al-Qaeda. That's Biden for you. What did Trump do? He shook hands with Kim, Mr. North Korea. Kim. No one touched that man before Trump. They got a mutual respect. He knew his way around. Mr. Trump, he knew his way around. So with him, the media got nothing to say. But lies, but slander, but using every angle, every person, every family member against Mr. Trump. That's how the media is making you as someone that is lobotomized by the media to be that part of that hailstorm, that you are furious. I have another thing to say about the people, you people, you that listen to this. You can sit in your sofa. You can sit with your coffee cup. You can sit there with your chips and cola. You can sit there with your beer and wine. You can sit there not doing anything for yourself, nothing for others. And the media portrays Trump the way they do. So I met some of those people that have not really much to do in life. And they say, see what they do to Trump. Look, he is always the bad guy. Huh? He is the bad guy. They are so furious, those simple people, that you would think that they are so loving, so kind, so innocent, so pretty. They are furious when it comes to Trump. It's laughable because you people, you that listen to me, I guess you are mentally, intellectually lobotomized. You believe media. I've debated quite a lot on social media, like Facebook. Here on YouTube you are showing the true nature of being a lobotomized dilettante for media. You think you are part of media. You believe you have the truth. I asked Moki because you are twisting words like media do. You have learned the kind of a lesson or education that the media is doing. Twisting words. So when Israel attacks Lebanon, you have no brains to grasp the pure fact that Hezbollah, that is in north of Israel to Lebanon, they are sending rockets, but are media interested in that? No. So that's an indication, yes, by the pure fact that people defend Hezbollah, or I wouldn't say defend Hezbollah and Hamas. I wouldn't say that because I think here in Norway at least they have some decency, some shame left. They wouldn't defend Hamas that is sending up rockets against Israel. But for that they are totally silent. They have no words that describes anything of attitude, of opinion about Hamas that is sending up rockets. It's non-existent. But when Israel retaliates against those people that fight them, install their rockets, transport weapons, or items that can manufacture weapons. When Israel take those installations out, you are furious. That's how silly. That's what I think of you. You are totally brain dead into the degree that I would recommend some kind of observation of you. Because there is some kind of a social disorder social dissonance. So people that praise love, praise tolerance, they are the ones that are not tolerant. I say many things that people oppose because it's my nature. It's what I do. It's not intentional opposing you or anyone. I would love to agree, but it is not in my nature. It's not me. I get provoked when people say something unjust against those that didn't have the defense. If it was the Palestinians that was the victim here, by the way, they are playing the victim and the aggressor. How much of a victim are you when you are sending up rockets against those that you are victim to? That's a conundrum for you. How does the media really play this game when the victim? So they don't talk, they don't expose, they don't report any of those rockets because it's not fitting into the narrative that the Palestinians are victims. It will go against the narrative they have tried to make. So you can disagree with me about Israel and everything. It's media is designed for you to buckle up and be a hailstorm in total lack of knowledge, lack of information, you think that you have the right information because you are manipulated by so-called smart people, experts. They found out that NRK here in Norway used so-called experts that was not experts. And they couldn't claim the title being an expert, professional expert, to this. Here they ask certain man, Lars Gule, about the situation for the Palestinians and Israel and anti-Semitism. But he can't beat the fact that he was on his trip to Israel. He didn't come so far, he was taken because he had a terrorist plot against Israel. It was a mission for him to do this plot of doing some terrorism. He, of all, is used by NRK as an expert. He haven't officially gone out and said, I'm sorry for that, I shouldn't have done it, I should be put in prison, I'm the one. He didn't do it. He is a bogus charlatan, and since he is well spoken, he is educated, he is PhD and so much more, he is a skilled man. And by you are cheated, you are lobotomized, you are brainwashed by the media. So what you say, what you see, what you think, what your opinion is like this hailstorm that is it's falling by its own gravity. And the bigger they are, the harder especially regarding Israel. And obviously, this Easter, crucify this man. Back in those days, when Jesus was delivered for Pontius Pilatus, he washed his hand because he was discovered. He said, I don't find any guilt. It's not up to me. It's not. So I ask you, would you? It's mandatory for every year that we give one prisoner free. So would you allow me to give the Jesus free or Barabbas? Crucify. They were led by the Pharisees and media back in those days, because they have no self-awareness, self-independence, autonomy. It's failing on every bits and pieces of those criteria that makes up this society. Independence. If you have no independence, what kind of a country, what kind of a people, what kind of a human are you? If you have no independence, where would the country go? Where would the leader lead? People that are dependent on what they are told in order to jump. Please, my friends, even though you are lobotomized, I don't honor you very much. I look down on you. I don't like what I see. When you are mobbing up on Mr. Trump, Mr. Israel, Mr. Netanyahu, the fact that Netanyahu is accused for you, he's a criminal. That's what I think of you. How lost you are in your own sofa, with your own coffee, with your beer, liquor and wine. That's what I think of you. You have no independence. And I wouldn't say it takes guts for me to do this. I sit here as you do. Have my saying as you do. So I'm nothing more. I have my say. People are afraid to talk freely today. That's the hail. That is the really problem. To say, I doubt this climate. Media is lying. Even the evolutionists have conquered the world by their brain-dead theory. If someone would ask just some simple questions, you are hated. You are lost. Okay, it's soon Shabbat, and I wish you a peaceful weekend. Shabbat Shalom to everyone. Goodbye.